A Hoosier hello to everyone. Welcome to Across the Bricks, episode 4.
Yes, this
Here
is
we
episode
are.
4.
We're going to lose count soon, then it's just Across
It's
the
not
Bricks.
going to matter after that.
Yeah. But thanks for tuning in again, dude. I'm here. My name's Wade Knapp. I'm here with my co-host, Aidan Varnkamp. How are you, Aidan?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, dude. I'm excited. We got new liveries to talk about.
It's warm again in Indiana, finally.
Oh my gosh, dude.
God bless.
It was so nice not having to grab my coat today
Yeah.
and walking outside and still being hot in like a
Yes.
hoodie and sweatpants. So exciting. I'm like genuinely.
I took the hoodie off. Just,
Yeah.
no.
Let's
I
just
could honestly be in
appreciate
shorts right
Aiden's
now.
Indy 500 shirt real
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
I mean,
It's nice. I got
looks
this at the
beautiful.
museum last year. So
That's a great pickup. Well,
yes.
Aiden,
This is the shirt I was wearing when I met you, actually.
oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a great shirt.
It is a good
Anyways, we got a lot to talk about this week. We got to
Yeah.
talk about, we'll dip our toe into the F1 world, talk about the Cadillac F1 livery, and their commercial and how they
Yeah.
went about all of that, which is pretty sick. And just Cadillac F1 expectations this year, especially as the first year as an American team in F1. How's that going to go? And then we'll kind of work through the rest of our ballot for today.
Yeah.
So, Aiden, I'll let you start us off.
All right. So it was Super Bowl Sunday, and it was the fourth quarter, and Cadillac F1's livery dropped. And I think that was pretty cool. They, good product placement. It's good for F1, obviously, but it's cool to see Cadillac get that American exposure. So they should be a fan favorite for American F1 fans in the future. So I'm excited about that. It looks pretty nice, too. I mean, we got the pictures here on your slideshow, conveniently on your computer.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like, I like the white, and, like, it fades into black, and then the silver accents. So you couldn't actually really see it in the render that they had on the commercial. But it is silver parts of the car. So some on the front wing, some on the back. The Cadillac logo is silver. And it looks really clean, like, in person. I've seen some pictures and videos on social media. So I'm really excited to see it on track, and it's gonna be cool.
Aiden and I were talking the other day before it came out. We were like, we really wanted to see some gold
Yeah.
on it. Just that's obviously a big part of Cadillac, and we like the color highlights.
Right.
When I didn't get that, I think both of us were kind of disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I look at it, the more I like it.
Me too.
The asymmetrical aspect of it, with being different on both sides of the car, is interesting.
Yeah.
It is something we've not seen, at least I don't want to say before because I don't know F1 like livery history that well, but not something I can
It's
remember.
the first one since the 90s.
Yeah, it's not something I can remember. And it's cool. It's something that, like, I feel like they bursted onto the scene with a bang. Like we're doing something that we haven't seen in a while,
Mhm.
and it kind of like shows that Cadillac's looking to be different. They're trying
Yeah.
to run this F1 organization differently, and I like that. Right?
It's bold. I like it. Yeah, it's different.
This was a bold jump by Cadillac.
Yes.
And everything. So it is. I love that their car follows that.
I agree.
And I love how it looks. I love the gradient.
Yes.
I think that looks amazing. TWG looks good on the side
Mm-hmm.
of it. It's a good sponsor for them to get. Obviously, we knew it was going to be that with Dan Towers and all that, but it's still good to see in F1 and IndyCar sharing a sponsorship now. So I'm glad Dan Towers didn't jump out of the IndyCar world
yeah.
with this F1, and I'm hoping it stays that way.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, dude. I really like it. I think it looks really solid.
Do you have a rating to give it?
I'll give it an 8 out of 10,
Me too. 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is higher than I thought I was going to go.
Me too. My original ranking was a 6, but after like spending more time looking at it, 8. It's good.
Yeah, Aidan made a nice little story video for us. He recorded his live reaction watching it, and he seemed a little displeased in the video.
Yeah. But I think the render doesn't really do it justice. And I remember
That's
you said
true.
this in the last episode in a reference to the Will Power livery, is that, the cars tend to look better on track than they do in the renders. So don't judge it too fast.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
you have to see it on track.
And
So
I felt like in the commercial, they didn't give a real view of the car. They had a lot of
Not
they had a lot
really.
of close-ups and a lot of moving.
I know.
But I couldn't really. I guess where I was watching the game and when the commercial happened, I didn't have a great view of the TV.
yeah.
But I've seen it back on my phone a few times. Like, I feel like I didn't get a real view of the car until we saw the pictures afterwards. Which I think the way they did the commercial was cool and it looked really good. But I feel like if you're going to do a car livery reveal in a commercial, you need to have at least a still shot of the car, or you got to reveal the livery, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. And I'm honestly glad that they didn't do the TWG neon green thing that they have in Will Power's car. I'm glad that it's Cadillac colors first and then TWG, because TWG's kind of taken over the Andretti team a bit, and in Formula E and in IndyCar, obviously. But I do really like it, and obviously Cadillac's colors also include like that Cadillac yellow, red, dark blue. I hope we see those in the future. But for a first-year Cadillac F1 car, I think this is a good way to go. And yeah, I think we'll see more color in 2027. So I'm not really too concerned. I really like it. Excited for the new season, new regulations. Hopefully, dirty air is not as bad as last year, and we can get some good racing internationally. But yeah,
I think Barcelona gave a lot of F1 fans hope.
Yeah.
Obviously, a few teams weren't there. Mostly Cadillac wasn't there, and Williams.
No,
right?
Cadillac
wasn't. I'm sorry, Williams was not there. But it's good to get the season started. That's always kind of like, aside from the Daytona 24, in terms of open wheel racing, that's kind of the kickoff, if you will. And Sebring is happening as we talk right now, as we speak. So
afternoon test, yeah.
We're getting back into it, and I am thrilled to be back in motorsports. The Winter Olympics are happening right now.
Right.
My sporting part of my brain is on fire right now. I'm excited, dude. So excited. So
IndyCar bobsled team win.
Yeah.
We did that.
We did do that. It'd be great. I'm excited. So overall Cadillac F1 livery looks good. And I'm excited to see how it looks on track.
So the next thing we're going to want to talk about is what drivers need to do to have success next year. I think the main issue to start us off for a championship contender who wants to fight Palou is the strategy of their team. Pato O'Ward had a lot of issues last year, strategies, Colton Herta as well. I think there needs to be more consistency with decisions and, just overall performance even too. Like McLaren and Andretti do have off weekends while Chip Ganassi doesn't. Penske had a lot of bad weekends last year. And maybe they'll be fine this year. We'll see. Don't really know. But I think Aaron McLaren is probably best positioned to challenge Ganassi and Palou. So, yeah, but I think they just need to clean
Aaron
up.
McLaren or Pato O'Ward?
Well, both. I think O'Ward is ready. It's just a matter of McLaren was ready.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think overall, in my opinion, I think O'Ward is ready and has been.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. McLaren needs to take the step up. But in terms of the Andretti talk, they have the second most consistent driver lineup on the grid.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Penske has got probably, like, in total the best. But even after last year, I don't know if you can argue that. They stole Will Power away from Penske. Kirkwood, I think, was better than all of the Penske drivers last year.
Yeah, he was.
And Ericsson, we know what he can do, right? He had a quote come out that he said today that did a lot of work over the offseason to get back to that competitive level he was at and we knew him at Ganassi before he moved, because he knows that this is kind of his career at stake right now.
Yeah,
his career, but
his IndyCar career is at stake.
If he doesn't perform this year, he's probably out of an Andretti seat.
He's probably out of IndyCar entirely, I think.
Really? I could see him pulling like the
Unless he gets funding for a Dale Coyne's seat. Right?
I think no. Ericsson could get funding. He'd had funding to be in a Ganassi car. I think he could get in a Coyne seat or a JHR. Like, one of the lower teams will pick him up. But in terms of his full-time competitive being on a good team, I think Marcus Ericsson realizes it's this year or bust. And I think there's a lot more, like, unluckiness to it than most people realize. Like, he DNFs due to mechanical or people crashing into him or, like, stuff that isn't really his fault. More than I think most people realize.
Yeah.
But also he hasn't performed when he had the chance to.
I know.
And there's obviously the 500 last year. His car ended up getting DQ'd. Now, that's not his fault. Like, a lot of stuff that Ericsson, he performed, and the year he almost got bumped from the 500, I also wouldn't say that's his fault.
No, not at all.
Yeah, like, it's just like, it's been random things. But at the same time, that's motorsports.
Yeah.
So I think he realizes that if he needs to perform this year, and I think Andretti as a whole, as a team, have the best. I don't want to say the best. I think Kirkwood and his team, in my opinion, have the best chance to tackle Palou because of Kirkwood's proved he can win on an oval. He did it last year, and he's Andretti, I wouldn't be surprised if Andretti as a team sweep the street courses this year. I think between Kirkwood and Power,
Brian Herta on the strategy box,
obviously,
yeah.
But I think between Kirkwood and Power, they have the two best street course drivers in the series.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah. I'm not ever going to count out Palou or Dixon or any of them.
Yeah.
But in terms of like their strengths, I think both of them, their best tracks are street courses. And I'm never counting out Kirkwood on a road course either.
I mean, Kirkwood on Long Beach is awesome. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like I could truly see that happening. I think Kirkwood's got the best chance. Now I did say he's going to finish third in my predictions. I still stand by that. I think Pato's probably going to finish second. But those just look like the three best drivers, including Palou, going into the year. And I love how they're all on different teams.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, I think Andretti could do it. I think, the 27 team specifically, I think is best positioned. But overall, that team, I mean, a lot of strategy blunders the last 2 years. I mean, do you remember how many races Herta got thrown away by his team and or lost like through just pure unluckiness? Like, I mean, there were a lot of races Herta should have won in 24 and 25 that just did not go his way. And
I think St. Pete is the big one that everyone remembers. Where it was last year,
or Detroit 2024.
That's another one. But St. Pete last year, like Herta was in prime position to win that race before it was like a 15-second pit stop because I think it was a wheel nut issue. But like obviously not all pit stop problems are on the crew. Sometimes just stuff goes wrong with the car. But it needs to be better from Andretti. It's been famously bad the last few years. Enough for like everyone to realize it. And from a top team, you don't.
It's not acceptable.
That.
No.
Yeah, it's not something you expect.
Yeah.
So, I think they have the ability to get better. Yeah. And fix that because it's Andretti. I'm never gonna count them out on anything. But I think they do have the second best or third best performing driver in the series right now at their hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they need to make that work.
Yeah.
If they don't, there's no saying Kyle Kirkwood might not dip. I know Andretti, he's been loyal. He's a loyal guy. Andretti have been loyal to him since really kind of before Indy Next because they had his eye on him as he kept winning, coming up the series or coming up the ranks. But like Kyle Kirkwood's here to win. He's one of the guys in the series that's going to be able to challenge Palou.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean, I raise you a question in response to that. Where would he go if he doesn't want to stay with Andretti and decides, that they're not good enough to win a championship?
How close is Dixon to retiring?
Oh, that's a good question. Kyle Kirkwood, future driver for the number 9. That'd be something.
Well, that's something Chip Ganassi would do.
It would be something. Yeah.
Chip just goes and finds the best drivers.
He likes winners.
He does.
If you didn't know that.
Yeah. Chip Ganassi, big winner guy.
Yeah.
And I could see Kirkwood. I mean, like Kirkwood's probably got more years left, and this is pure speculation at this point. But like, it makes sense to me. If Andretti can't perform to his standards, like it doesn't. It's not his fault at some point. Yeah, you just got to move on. And Ganassi knows how to get stuff done. Yeah, they're proving that day in and day out. Yes, they have the best driver in the series, but that 10 team has not failed this year, and the 9 team didn't fail Dixon for 6 other championships. Yep. So you might as well go where you know it's going to help. And I think if and when Dixon does retire, if Kirkwood is available and the time becomes right, I think Chip would jump on that opportunity immediately.
I like that idea. Yeah. I mean, realistically, how many years does Dixon have left? I mean, he's what, 40?
This is an impossible question.
Let's look that up.
This is like when people are like, when do you think LeBron's going to retire? And it's always like a 2 to 3 year answer. But,
and then it keeps moving as time goes on.
He's like 43 now.
Okay, no, Dixon's 45.
Yeah, Dixon's 45. He hasn't slowed down. The only reason his seasons look a little worse is because Palou's dominating right now. Yeah. But you finished 4th in the championship last year, I believe.
No, 3rd. And also, he had a lot of uncontrollable things happen to him. He wasn't really lucky. And I saw an interview with him on YouTube, and he said, like, he's really focused on this year. He thinks he can be back in the championship mix. And Alex Palou doesn't think that he's, like, certain to win the championship. He thinks that he's going to have to look out for his teammates. So, I don't know. That could be interesting. Could Dixon get his 7th this year? I mean, maybe.
I've never counted him out.
Yeah.
I will never count Scott Dixon out of a race. I mean, you hear drivers talk about all the time. He's just doing Scott Dixon things. Yeah. Like, the famous ones, the race, it was St. Pete when he finished 2nd or 3rd when he had no radio the entire race. He called his own strategy. Just did it all by himself, and like he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
So
do you remember the race? It was the 2022 or 2023 GMRGP or something, or Soncio. Yeah, it was the fall race.
one of the 7
Something like
sponsors that race has had.
I don't know. It's had so many. I don't even remember
The
at this
Harvest
point.
GP, that was the fall one.
Yeah, it was that in, I think, 2023. It was when Ray Hall was leading, and it looked like Ray Hall was finally going to get a win again, and then he got caught up by Dixon, who was like 15th before, after like an alternate strategy, and he charged through the field and won the race. Like, that was incredible. Like, that's why you just can never count out Scott Dixon. So,
can we give a shout out to every single year at the Indy GP? It feels like Graham Rahal finally going to get a win.
know.
And then some regular top driver comes and steals it
they
from
keep
him.
edging us. It's so annoying. Can they stop doing that? It's just, it's so sad. Like last year, the crowd exploded. You know, I was there and I was really excited when Ray Hall took the lead from Pelot, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh!" And you know, just a few laps or not. Well, I guess it was 20 or 30 laps into the race. Pelot caught him up and passed him, and took care of business and won by 14 seconds. But besides the point, that's besides the point. You know, the point is that Graham Rahal needs to win that race and stop, like, you know, making us wait. Anyways, yeah, sorry.
No, it was inevitable.
Yeah.
Dude. And my favorite thing from that race was the mass celebration when there was finally a caution.
Yeah.
Like, that was awesome.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So many good memories from last year. And I'm excited to make more this year.
Mm-hmm.
But no, dude, I think in terms of a driver to beat Pelot, if I had to pick one, I would pick Kirkwood.
Yeah.
Who's yours? Is it Pato?
Yeah, it's Pato. Yeah.
I could see both happening.
I trust McLaren more than I trust Andretti just based on what I've seen. But who knows? I also think Pato is maybe better all around than Kirkwood is. But I would prefer to see Kirkwood win the championship. But I don't think it's as realistic. I love Andretti, but I just think operationally right now, they're maybe not high enough. Or their standards aren't maybe high enough. Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways.
Yeah. I totally understand what you mean.
All right, so the next topic is drivers who move teams and rookies. How do we think they're going to do in 2026? Wade, let's start with David Malukas going to Team Penske. That's arguably the biggest move. So what do you think?
My favorite driver we're starting out with.
Yes.
Thank you, Aidan.
Yeah.
It's so heartwarming. Dude, I think Malukas to Penske is a brilliant move.
Yeah.
I think everyone does. Everyone saw this coming with the AJ Foyt and all that. But I still think he is one of the most talented. It's weird to say up and coming because he feels like he's been in the series for a long time.
Yeah.
And I remember like the true Lil Dave when he was like 20 or however old he was racing for Dale Coyne there. It's funny. I heard a stat the other day that he's now raced for more teams than he has been, or as many teams as he has years in the series.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Or I guess been a part of because you got to count McLaren in there, even though he didn't have a race. But he's finally out of top
Still mad
team.
at them for that. That was just wrong. Anyways, yeah.
Well, with all of that being said, it fully worked out for Malukas.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So I'd rather be in a Penske car at this time than I would be in a McLaren car.
Maybe.
At most tracks.
I mean, I wouldn't say that for last year, but who knows what's going to happen this year. I think Penske's going to find their mojo again.
I don't see Penske having 2 years in a row that went poorly.
Absolutely.
But I think Malukas has good hopes as a dark horse this year. I'm not going to say win the championship type dark horse. I think as a driver, Malukas has a while to go in terms of consistency on street courses and road courses. The oval package, I'm never worried about. That's going to go well.
Totally.
It's just no matter what the car looks like, him and Newgarden, I could see them battling out every oval this year. Especially if Penske cars are back to the Penske cars on ovals, we know. And McLaughlin's become a really good oval driver as well. I mean, we know how talented Scotty Mack is. So I really like that driver lineup for Penske. I think Malukas rounds it out really well.
Yeah.
I think he gives it a bit more personality.
Yeah.
Something I wanted to bring up that's really interesting is it sounds like from what I've heard and what I heard at Media Day and everything is like Scotty Mack has kind of taken the leadership role of that group.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Newgarden.
Because Malukas did the whole thing and moved down to Charlotte because that's where Penske's headquarters are and whatnot. Right. And it sounds like Scotty Mack was kind of the guy that, he said he reached out to him, gave him not instructions, but like advice on where to live in the city depending on what he wanted and kind of showed him around the shop when Newgarden is, like, he's been friendly, but like kind of the more like teammate thing. And I think Newgarden's obviously taken up it's just stay locked in, stay focused, no BS. Let's get results type thing. And that whole Bus Bros thing fell out, and I think
what happened?
It's Newgarden went straight. I just need to lock in, like no distractions, and I think McLaughlin's still they're fine, like they get along, but I just don't think he fully understood why.
Yeah, 'cause some things like just
or
kind of
like
off. With that
maybe there
relationship.
just wasn't explained. It's racing wise, I don't think there's a problem. They're both good human beings. I think McLaughlin was like, we can't have a little fun. Like, you just have to live your life 100% of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Bus Bros was like one of the great bromances.
It was awesome. But now, I wouldn't be surprised if we get and I'm calling this now, there's a father-son type relationship between Scotty Mack and David Malukas, or something similar to that.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get some type of YouTube channel for them.
That'd be cool.
It adds personality to a team that used to have tons of it, and it was kind of lacking it recently. Because nothing against Will Power, but he's not a big personality guy, unless he's throwing off double birds to the crowd. So we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. But no, I'm excited for Malukas to get a Penske. I think it's all going to go well. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm really excited for it, and I think he's prepared, and I think he's going to get his first win this year, probably at Gateway. We'll see. Hopefully Gateway.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That'd be cool. I love Gateway. Hopefully I can go there. Anyways, so I think his hopes as the dark horse are very good, and he should be excited. I think he can get top 10 in the standings, get a win, multiple podiums.
Yes.
He'll definitely be impressive. I think he's going to do well at the 500 this year. I don't know how well, but he did well last year.
Finished second last year. We're third got bumped up after DQs, but still, I think he was in the contention to win. Obviously,
totally.
I think the Penske will figure it out this year. Not too worried about that.
Yeah,
and it'll be. I mean, their 500 cars weren't bad last year.
No, I mean, Newgarden was honestly in contention to win that race.
Yeah,
until his issue. So.
Yeah, and obviously Joe New's never going to be short of a 500. At least even with competitive or uncompetitive car, he's still going to be giving it his all. So,
totally.
And Scotty Mack we know what happened there.
Yeah.
I think he probably had I'm not going to be like, oh, he would have won that race if he didn't spit it on the parade lap, but like, who knows, right?
Yeah.
Because their cars look like rocket ships, and we know how good he is. So, I don't know, man. I think he could legit do well.
Yeah.
And I expect good results from him. I expect
a
top 8 finish in the championship because I think he's that level of talent of driver. And now he's in a top 6 car you could argue top 6 car in the series.
Maybe.
So
we'll find out if it's top 6 or not. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and we're going to find out in the next few weeks. So
last year left us with a lot of questions.
It did. Yeah, which is also helpful for us because, we're doing this podcast.
Yeah.
There's more to talk about because of these questions. So let's talk about the other end of that deal, and that's Will Power going to Andretti. So what do we think? I think he's going to be second to Kirkwood, but...
Yeah, there's no way that Kyle Kirkwood isn't the leader of that team now.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of tied between him and Colton last year.
It was.
Well, 2 years ago it was tied. Last year it started leading towards Kirkwood, especially with the amount of wins he was getting and results. And Colton had an all right year last year.
Yeah.
But in terms of
really
results, in terms of results, it was going Kirkwood's way. But they still kind of ran it 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
This year I think they've kind of moved to Kirkwood's our number one.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about earlier why. He's quickly shown that he's one of the best drivers in the series.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Will Power comes in as a 2-time champion, the Poles leader, Indy 500 champion, and one of the most legendary IndyCar drivers of all time.
Easily.
So that's going to have some pull.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know yet how that's going to go. I can't tell if they're going to go Kirkwood number one or if they're going to go split again. Because I don't think split worked very well for them.
I think it's going to go Kirkwood number one until Power gets his gets his grounding and gets going. I think he'll do well on the street courses to start. So St. Pete's not going to go great probably because it's his first race for Andretti.
Will Buxton called a shot. He said, I wouldn't, because Power is widely known as one of the best street course drivers in IndyCar history. especially from his record at St. Pete is insane.
Yeah.
And now he's doing it in an Andretti car. Will
It's
Buxton
true.
called a
and
shot.
Andretti's better at street courses than Penske. So
way
maybe he will win. I don't know.
Will
Long Beach, I
Buxton
think.
called a shot and said that don't be surprised when Will Power sweeps the weekend at St. Pete.
Yeah.
He thinks he's going to get pole and win.
Wow. That
which
would
is
be something.
bold.
That'd be really cool. I think it might take until Long Beach, which is still like the second street course of the season. But,
Yeah.
I think, give him a few weeks and he'll be okay. So
I'm not too worried about it. I'm not worried about Will Power in the series. It will be weird. He's going to be driving a Honda for, I'm not going to say first time because I don't actually know that for sure, but in like 20 years.
Yeah.
If not first time.
First time since I think he was in Champ Car, right? Did they have Honda engines in Champ Car? No, they didn't.
I don't even know.
Never mind.
I'm not going to be honest.
Wait. No, it was when they started IndyCar. Never mind.
You had to read up on your history. We were talking about this yesterday.
I know. I need to get a book. Anyways. Yeah.
But with all that being said, I'm not worried about Will Power being competitive this year.
No, totally not.
Maybe not. We've talked about Andretti struggles as a team, so we'll see how consistently that can be.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see how it's going to go.
Me too. All right. Now, Rinus VK, my favorite.
Yes.
His chances with Juncos Hollinger Racing. What do we think? I think this is a great move for him, especially for ovals. Ovals are his specialty to begin with.
Yeah.
And Juncos, has pretty good performance on ovals.
I can't tell if Juncos is good on ovals or if
it was just Connor Daly.
Connor Daly's good on ovals.
That's a good argument.
Because Stingray Rob never really had that good of a performance with him, which we don't. I'm not going to say Stingray Rob's the driver we need to have as a benchmark here. But when Coyne gave him a good, or not Coyne, I'm sorry, when AJ Foyt gave him a good 500 car, he had a good run.
Yeah.
He was hanging with Daly the entire
got
race.
Wiped out by Larson. Yeah.
Exactly, but unluckily. But I don't think Stingray's that bad on ovals.
No.
So I can't tell if Connor Daly's just making better of a bad car or if JHR's actually found something in their oval package. And I think Rinus is a good test of that.
Yeah.
Because Rinus has obviously had some really good runs on street courses and road courses as well with the Dale Coyne package last year. And I think in terms of that amount, it's a lateral move. I think JHR and Coyne are probably equal on those levels. Maybe Coyne is even a bit better. Yeah. But it does look that their JHR's oval package is better.
Yeah.
So I think that VK could do well at Juncos. Yeah. He's going to be the lead driver. And obviously he'll be there with Stingray. So they've got some funding. It's still a Juncos deal. But
do we know who his sponsor is? I don't think we do.
VK's sponsor?
Yeah.
I've not seen a livery reveal yet. And let me think back. I don't remember.
He had a blank suit at Media Day, didn't he? Or just had the Juncos logo on it?
I think it was just because he had some nice zigzag stuff, but I think it was just like a black Juncos, black and green Juncos suit.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Suit. Yeah.
I don't remember seeing any. He did have a logo in the middle, but it was just the JHR logo.
Right.
So, I don't know if we have one yet, which is
not great, but they're also known for running on sponsored cars in the past. So
it depends how much money Stingray brought too. Maybe they don't need it. I mean, they're gonna want one, but it might not be necessary. He can still run without one until they find one. And obviously, IndyCar is famous for teams will get more sponsors at and post 500.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that all goes. He's going to do well at the 500. We know that. He knows how to wheel a car around there.
Totally.
So I'm excited to see what what Rinus can do.
Stingray.
Well, I think I know what Stingray is going to do.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So
yeah,
we can move on to rookies.
Yeah, let's talk about rookies.
Let's start with Kyle Collette.
All right. I think. I honestly don't even know what to expect from him. He wasn't as good as Hauger, but he was good in Indy Next. He was fairly impressive, and he's in a good seat, right? He's in a
Kyle Collette had a significantly better second half of the Indy Next season last year than Dennis Hauger did.
Yeah,
Dennis Hauger.
Not Portland, but yeah.
Yeah, no. But overall, Kyle Collette really picked it up mid. They found something that team did, and mid-season he really had a good second half of the year. And I think that's why AJ Foyt Racing picked him up. Obviously, Dennis Hauger, Coyne is just naturally, a lot of the times, the natural step for the Indy Next champion.
Yeah.
We've seen it a few times. But I think AJ Foyt sees something in Kyle Collette that he doesn't see in Dennis Hauger, and that's why they
his
chose
paycheck.
him.
Brazilian drivers bring in money. They bring in money.
But also Clarence is on the car, which was David Maluka's sponsor last year.
That is true.
It's the same. Like I don't think he brought in that much. I just think Foyt thinks he's legit, which I'm not against. I think Kyle Collette's got a lot of pace. And I'm excited to see what he can do in that car.
Yeah, I don't think people should just be writing him off because I've seen a lot of people just be like, kind of paid driver. But no, he's going to be okay, I think.
I'm excited. I think he will get written off. I don't think people are expecting big things from him. And I think I'm not going to say he's going to I'm not going to say he's going to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely in contention. I think it's him, Mick, and Dennis.
Yeah.
So
that's a good rookie class, dude.
Oh, really good.
Yeah.
And it should be a competitive because Kyle Collette's in the best car, so it should be a competitive rookie of the year standing battle. But I think Dennis Hogger, in terms of stepping into an IndyCar, is the best out of the three of them.
I agree.
Because of what he did last year, because of the talent he has, and obviously Mick is driven F1, but I think it's going to take Mick a minute.
He's had a few years away from open wheel racing. Think about Hauger, even before he was in Indy Next, he was doing Formula 2 for a couple of years. So, he's done, I think, 4 or 5 plus seasons of open wheel racing in a row. Then moving into IndyCar after a championship in Indy Next. I mean, you can't really ask for much more. So
yeah. I don't know. I'm excited to see how that rookie stand is going to work out. But speaking of, let's talk about Dennis Hogger. What are your expectations for him at Dale Coyne this year? As essentially, I think he'll be treated as their lead driver. I think Grosjean is their second driver there.
Yeah. I don't think he'll be the lead driver by the end of the season. Maybe to start.
Okay.
While Grosjean gets his footing again. But I think Hauger should be having high hopes. I think he can get Rookie of the Year. And, of course, Dale Coyne has that Andretti partnership, which is going to pay off nicely for them. I do think so.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So
that'll be great. I guess in that case, I think the Dale Coyne aspect of that with Dennis Hogger, he's in a similar seat to Cal Collette then with the Penske partnership. I kind of forgot about 100%. That Andretti partnership there.
So I do think that Dennis Hauger is the favorite for Rookie of the Year. Although I do want to see Mick win it. Personally.
That would be cool. Mick winning would be cool, but I think
he is objectively in the worst car of the three, though, for sure.
As of right now.
Yes.
But RLL is one of those teams that, if I wouldn't be surprised if they find something. Because they are a 3-car team. They are supposed to be one of those larger teams that are able to compete. They just have not been recently. So I'm interested to see what will happen there. I'm interested to see what will happen with Mick at the GP, because that's obviously one of those tracks that is European style, and everyone says former F1 drivers do really well at. And RLL was famously good there, so I'm interested, and I can't wait to see what he can do there. Yeah. I think that could be his best race of the year, and maybe a top 10 finish from Mick there would be great to see. And Road America, yeah. I still think F1 cars at Road America would be awesome.
Yeah,
but there's no chicane, and you need a chicane for an F1 track, so who knows? Yeah. All right, and then let's talk about Mick. How do you think he's going to do this year, Aidan?
I think it's going to be a slow start for sure. Not on the road courses, but on ovals. I think, Marcus Ericsson said it best. It takes you a year and a half or 2 years to get used to them. And obviously, Marcus Ericsson's an Indy 500 champion, so he is one to talk. I think Mick will get the hang of it, and I think the second half of the season will be a lot better than the first half for him. That said, I do think that we can see some top 10s maybe early on. Not super early, but I think by May, June, we're getting into podium territory. Or not podium. Jesus, no. We're getting into top 10 territory.
Yeah. I do not see a Mick podium this year.
No, definitely not.
But no, I think Mick, we talked about this last episode, I think Mick has every single thing he needs to succeed. Yeah. He's got Graham Rahal on his side. He's got Ryan Briscoe on his side. We see what works. He was Callum Eilad's driver coach last year. And look how good Callum Eilad did at the end of the year. Ryan Briscoe's obviously, he's one of the best oval drivers. He was very good. I don't know, one of the best probably at Strand. But he was very good oval driver in his time in IndyCar. And Ryan Briscoe's obviously a great driver coach.
Ryan Briscoe's a top driver in his day. So let's not forget that. Yeah.
So with that being said, I think he has everything he needs to succeed.
Yeah.
I think it's up to Mick now to perform and figure it out. And in his career, he's been kind of back and forth with that. He performed really well in WEC in the last few years, but his F1 career was not that good.
No, had a few highlights, but I mean, besides that P6 in Austria 2022 and some Q3 appearances here and there, it really wasn't.
Yeah, and that Haas car also wasn't the fastest sometimes.
But Magnussen really outperformed him in 2022.
That is true.
Most of it. Not all of it, but
I think we can describe Mick's F1 as underwhelming.
Yeah.
His F1 tenure is underwhelming. So I think he's got a lot to prove in IndyCar. And back in a top open wheel series.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what he can do. And I think it's legit up to him. I think if he fails in IndyCar, you can't blame this on, the team wasn't that fast. RLL is not the best team. But like I think he has all of the teams to outperform with the car. Even if it's a bad car, I think he has everything he needs to outdrive the car and drive that thing faster than it needs.
Except the one thing he doesn't have is experience.
That's 100% true.
You have to get experience. You have to earn it. So
he's going to have a year or two. I don't think this is going to be a one and done type thing.
No, definitely not.
No. I see RLL supporting him.
He plans for this to be where his career is. Yeah.
And I'm excited that he plans. I don't know. I don't know much about if he's moving over to the States or not.
I can assume so. I mean, he's not going to fly back to Germany after every race.
I mean, Buxton's doing it. He's still living in England.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's rough.
During the month of May last year, he rented a place out in Indy.
Yeah.
And stayed here for a while, but obviously because it's just so much.
Yeah,
but
I know that you can't.
No, he's still flying back to London.
Wow.
It's crazy how rich people work, dude.
Yeah. Seriously.
No, but overall, I think I'm excited to see all the new drivers, whether it be rookies or drivers that have moved teams.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a solid year, I think. We have a really good class of rookies. Mm-hmm. We have 3, I know more than that, but these 3 drivers. Is it more than 3 drivers that move teams? Or is it just the 3 of them?
I think it's just those 3, isn't it?
With that being said, that is a great 3 drivers move teams. Grosjean's coming back, right? Yeah. We've got a lot of new faces or faces in different locations, stuff like that. Yeah. And I'm excited to see it. The Daytona 500s this weekend, and Aidan's going to talk about it. What's up, Aidan?
Thank you for that. Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. So NASCAR released their Hell Yeah ad. Have you seen that?
I did see that. You sent it to me. It looked great.
Yes, it's really cool. I'm excited. I think this is the direction NASCAR needs to be moving in the future. So, yeah, really refreshing. And, the last few years they've been bouncing back and forth between what they really want to do, who they want to be. But they finally decided that going back to their roots and just being like, hell yeah, we're fast and American and unapologetic. Yeah, they're unapologetic. And that's what I love. Like, NASCAR is raw. It's real. And yeah, it's fun. I like it.
It's a redneck sport, and or at least that's their stereotype. And I kind of like that they're leaning into it a little bit.
But the thing is that it's for everyone though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like anyone can be hell yeah. That's I like it.
Well, that's the biggest thing with right now is like, for a while, country music was kind of what you like. It's that similar stereotype in that group of people of who you would think of being a NASCAR fan. But country music is huge in the world right now. It is climbing the charts. Zach Bryan was the largest artist on the all world music charts last week.
I don't even know if this has anything to do with country, but
I'm like, I guess like the stereotype of a NASCAR fan, at least to what I've perceived from my time on this planet we call Earth, is like this redneck, drink beer, go America, right? At least that's what like it originated as.
Yeah.
And that kind of idea of person is becoming popular again.
I know, which is really funny. It's like, this is always what I've thought of NASCAR as, even like as a longtime NASCAR fan. I've been a fan since I was 8 years old. But like that idea of what, or what they're going back to is the idea I've always had in my head of what the series is and who it is and like who it's for, right? Hell yeah. So, I mean, yeah, come on.
I'm just saying, you might as well lean into it.
Commit to it.
Right?
And like, they are committed to it,
If everyone views you as that, and that's becoming popular again, lean into it.
Yeah.
Commit to it. Hell yeah. It's going to go well, dude.
Did you see the billboard in Times Square?
It was
the loudest billboard in history. Yeah, so it's really cool. And Ross Chastain was there. He smashed a watermelon, and he had to rev up the engine. I didn't see
a smashing watermelon.
Yeah.
Was it just an engine in the billboard?
Yeah, it was just an engine, but like it had a remote thing, and Ross was just pushing the button, and it just revved up, and that was so sick. So, yeah, really excited. And he actually is my pick to win the Daytona 500 this year. So
is that your pick?
Yes, that's my pick. We'll
see. I'm gonna make a pick. but mine's going to be completely uneducated, and
Yeah.
no one should make any bets. No one should trust my opinion at all.
No, do not download anything.
Anything I say about NASCAR, it's a complete guess.
Yeah.
With all of that being said. Because I usually like to pick like a mid-table or like a mid. Because like didn't Michael McDowell win it a few years ago?
Yeah.
And
But William Byron's in a top team, and he's won it the last 2 years. So
it's true.
Nah, this year's Kyle Busch's year, baby. Rowdy Nation, let's go. I wish.
No. Connor Zilic. Give me Connor Zilic.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Connor's 20 years old, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me Connor.
All right.
That dude wins everything.
Yeah,
And
okay.
it would be an amazing story.
Yeah, it would. It really
And
would.
I'm hopping on the Connor Zilic train, probably a little late still, but early enough for me to do it because everyone thinks he's really fast, and I think he's really fast. And he
really
can
fast.
drive everything really fast. So I'm excited to see him drive more NASCARs really fast. And that should be fun, going really fast.
Yeah.
No, dude, NASCARs, they're moving in a good direction. But
Do you think IndyCar should take inspiration at all?
yeah, something I was about to bring up is like, what direction does IndyCar need to go? Because there's this.
I feel like we don't really have. We have a lost identity. I'm not sure we really have one at the moment.
Well, yeah, because there's always the NASCAR is the country, hell yeah. F1
it's rock and roll, baby.
is the sipping teacups and
F1's for sissies.
Exactly. No.
I love F1, but like
F1's,
it's the rich sport. It's the one. It's for upper class people. It's not. They try to make it seem like it's for the common people, but really, it's super expensive to get into and physically, right? To go to races and like be involved. While IndyCar and NASCAR for the common people. So I think IndyCar really should push into being like, we're like pure racing, we're for the people, and just kind of, be the working class or middle classes racing series.
Yeah, I think IndyCar is legit the middle because if you go to the 500, like it is very hell yeah, beers flying everywhere.
Right.
Like it's what like a lot of people would call the NASCAR identity.
Yeah.
But on track and the way that the media operates and the way, I guess the media is not a good example because F1 media and IndyCar media are very different.
Very different.
But like the way that the teams operate and whatnot is more Formula One style. It's also open wheel racing, but that's not even what it's just more, it's classy, right?
I know, but that's the thing. IndyCar's identity can't just be the in-between between NASCAR and F1.
No.
They have to be their own thing. So I think, what do they want the image of their series to be going forward? And they really have to think about that.
Yeah.
Right? Because this motorsports is becoming more popular. NASCAR's viewership was going down for a while, but it's starting to go back up. And I think what they're doing right now is going to help it. F1 viewership is soaring. IndyCar is going up. But how do you sustain that? And how do you keep more fans interested? Get more people interested?
That is the next thing I challenge like IndyCar and Fox Sports to figure out. Because right now I think IndyCar viewership is going up because of the way that Fox has been able to turn some of the top drivers in IndyCar into stars, right?
Yeah.
A lot more people know who Alex Palou is now and Pato O'Ward and Joseph Newgarden than they did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And that's it's a lot to do with Fox. It's a lot to do with the Super Bowl commercials. It's a lot to do with that type of stuff. And they've made these drivers stars. And that's an appeal. Now when Uncle Joe down the street turns on IndyCar, he roots for Alex Palou because he knows a name, right? It's the same thing I did with NASCAR for years.
It's all about getting your talent known.
Exactly.
You have to.
And IndyCar's got some big sponsors that people recognize that they want to root for because they buy Sunoco gas or they do any of this stuff, right? Like IndyCar's got everything selling forward, but I think the next thing I challenge IndyCar and Fox to figure out is how to make those hell yeah commercials something that shows your identity as an organization, as a series.
Yeah, but I don't know if IndyCar really wants to go down the hell yeah route.
No,
that's
yeah.
NASCAR's.
No,
you can't just be NASCAR.
I don't want to take. I'm just saying
NASCAR.
like that type of commercial. I don't want to take the hell yeah
got
route.
it. I see what
but
you mean.
like
Yeah.
it's a series identifying, brand identifying commercial that is able to show to your viewers and those who don't know anything about IndyCar what this series is about.
Absolutely.
And I don't really know if I have an exact way I'd want that to happen.
I have some ideas, and I'll talk about them later. I'll show you, and maybe I'll talk about it on the pod next week because we're kind of running out of time and we have to do livery ratings. But yeah, do you want to just do livery ratings now?
Yeah. Overall, I think that IndyCar has a direction they can go.
Yeah,
and
for
Aiden's obviously got some ideas that we can talk
push
about
the
next
event.
week.
Make it, make every race be a big event.
Yeah.
Live event. Don't just say like, you can watch it on TV, but like get people to go and like experience it. Have fun, especially for young people. because it's cheap, it's fun, there's beer,
Yeah.
and hot dogs. So, yeah,
IMS has got some pretty bomb pretzels. I'll let you know.
come on.
So
Yeah,
come out, dude. It's a good time.
Make every race a big event.
Carb Day is not expensive.
No, get people excited about going and seeing racing. You know, it's hard for F1 to do that because of how expensive it is. But IndyCar has the advantage of being cheaper, so use that.
Affordable.
Yeah. All right.
And they go to a lot of locations that are close to major cities
Big time.
or in major cities.
Yeah.
In Arlington's case.
I think we need more northeastern races though, because there's a big population out there.
Oh yeah,
and they would be interested.
Watkins Glen
given
needs
the
to come
opportunity.
back.
Yeah,
I've said that for years.
And New Hampshire, in my opinion.
New Hampshire would be awesome. I
love
don't know how that track would go, but
I don't know.
we'll see.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. All right. Anyways, we'll dive more into that next week. We're gonna move to livery ratings.
IndyCar livery ratings, part 3. All right. So we got Scotty Mac's Soncio car. I think this is pretty cool. I don't really love the matte black. I would kind of prefer more glossiness. I don't know. I'll give this a 5 out of 10, honestly.
5 out of 10 for you.
Yeah.
I really like this car. I think it looks good. I don't know. I love how they incorporated all the Soncio brand colors. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I like it a bit more than you do.
All right. Fifthford Bank, Graham Rahal. All right. This is really cool. I like this one. 9.5 out of 10 for me. I love the colors.
I've always liked this car. It's kind of the same as we've seen in the last few years.
Yeah.
But it does look good. I also kind of like the gradient they did there on the nose. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Nice. All right, here we go. Roman Grosjean's leaked car. So, I mean, I don't love what they did at the front nose personally, but I think the rest of it looks cool. This is also a 5 out of 10 for me, I'm going to be honest.
Aidan and I have very different opinions on this one. We were talking about it yesterday. Yeah. And I've thought a lot about how I'm going to rate this one because I really do like the nose. And I get how it's kind of like a little different than the rest of the car.
Yeah.
And I think the back of the car looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like just the color scheme looks really good. I decided to go 8 out of 10.
Wow. Okay.
Part of me, I wish that they did go make the entire car look like the back or make the entire car that kind of gradient type thing. I think both would have been more of a 9.5 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
Because the color scheme to me is amazing. And bmax.io, I don't really know much about the sponsor, but their color scheme looks really well.
It's the same guy who owns Ask ROI.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But I think if they kept the design that was in the back and made that go to the front, I would rate it higher for sure. But I don't like the polka dots. So anyways.
Overall, I do like it. I think it looks really good.
All right, so we got the new Andretti cars. This is Kirkwood's 27 and then Ericsson's the 28. They're the same livery, just different colors. So, Kirkwood's has a lighter blue, the Siemens car. Then Ericsson's got the Delaware Life teal green. I mean, honestly, I think they're kind of plain. They look better than the Power one just because I don't like neon yellow. I'll give Kirkwood's a 6.5 and I'll give Ericsson's a 7. Actually, no, give both a 7. I'll give both a 7.
We talked about this with the Power livery. I like this design more than you do.
Yeah, you do.
I think the black on front and back with the highlight in the middle is kind of cool. I don't think it worked that well for Power's car, but I'm excited how it's looked really well or really good on track at Sebring. But I really like both of these cars. I think Ericsson's official car looks really sick. I'm going to give that one a 7 out of 10. And then Kirkwood's leaked car here, we obviously don't really have a full shot of it yet.
That's true.
Because Siemens, from what I know, is going to be it's not going to be his main
This is going to be a
sponsor for the year. It's
sponsor.
going to be a secondary sponsor. But I'm sure his other car will look like this, just with the secondary sponsor in the middle. But I think it also looks really good. I'm going to give Kirkwood's an 8 out of 10 for the Siemens livery. I like the color a little bit better.
Nice. All right, so we got Louis Foster's number 45 drop light car. A little similar to last year's, I think, but it's pretty clean. Yet again, I don't love neon green. This just kind of reminds me of the Steak Sauber car from last year. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I like it. But you're right. It does kind of the Kick Sauber, Steak Sauber car. It does give me some remind me that a little bit. I kind of miss the High V car. I know they've kind of jumped out of Indycar a bit because that car looked really good.
They were a good Midwestern sponsor. Anyways, yeah.
They were. But I like the drop light sponsorship. I'm going to give this car a 6 out of 10. I think the white at the front, I'd look better if it was all black and neon green. I think the white's a little much. But I do like it. It's 6 out of 10. It doesn't look
I would
that
prefer
bad.
if it were just white and neon green, personally.
Yeah.
All All right, Marcus Armstrong's number 66, Root Insurance car. This is going to be a secondary livery, but I think it looks really nice. I'm giving this an 8.5.
This thing is beautiful. I think this livery is so beautiful. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think there is anything wrong with this. I love the Root colors. They're a great sponsorship, and they've been supporting Marcus Armstrong here for a while now. And I love the design they've done on the front and the back wing. I think it looks beautiful. 10 out of 10 for me.
All right. Then the last delivery we got for this section is Stingray Rob's number 77, Good Heart car. It's kind of new. I like the camo, the red. I mean, overall, it's a pretty decent car. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I like the camo aspect, just because we have something we haven't seen since the J.R. Hildebrand days and Panther Racing and all that. But I think this car would have looked really good if they stuck with that red, blue, and white color scheme, top to bottom. I think the camo is like this weird kind of throw in there. Yeah, but at the same time, I kind of like it. It's a little different.
I wish they went full camo, honestly.
That would have looked sick.
Yeah. Hildebrand.
But I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah. It's not my favorite, but I think it looks solid.
You know what? I'm changing my rating. 7 out of 10. Yeah.
7 out of 10 from Aidan. Well, thanks for listening to this week's Across the Bricks episode. Sorry it was a little bit of a longer one, but we got talking about some fun topics. And I can't wait till we're coming up on the season starting, dude. We got like 3 weeks, something like that.
Yep.
We're inside February. Indycars will be on track this month at a real event, and they are on track right now testing, and that is so exciting. I am stoked. So,
all right.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Across the Bricks, and we'll see you next week.